we're gonna be talking about a little bit of
Stan,
MCU stuff
my
today. We're gonna
Stan.
um ha 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 ha. Get
I
the fuck
like
out
it.
of here. Get out of here, Dan. Anyway, so we're gonna
He's
be
got the
talking
grumpy glasses on again, guys. Grumpy glasses.
we're gonna be talking about MCU. MCU weekly. We're trying new things. I mean, we kind of have it during the Oh So Curious show, but now we're like kind of doing a thing where Marvel has to fucking encroach on every fucking facet of bullshit. They're
Yeah,
even encroaching on
yeah,
DCU Daily
yeah,
with
it's great.
their mediocrity.
How
Anyway,
dare
but firstly, speaking of not mediocrity, I'm actually excited for this. Believe it or not, I'm actually genuinely excited
Well,
for
yeah,
your friendly neighborhood Spider because I know
yeah,
like
man.
pretty well. Well, here's the thing. Well, maybe even the secret invasion.
Okay. Cue the music.
Okay, if Dan can make shit jokes, why can't I make shit jokes? Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
I mean,
um,
you're both pretty good at shit jokes. Yeah.
we got those like they're worse than dad jokes. Anyway, but your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, we originally called Spider-Man Freshman Year. It was going to be about it was going to be like a prequel to what we saw of Peter Parker in Spider-Man Homecoming, where it was going to be like his early years with the suit, but then they're like, this is too inhibiting. Let's just do our own thing. So they ultimately decided that they're like, okay, we're just going to do an Elseworld story. And this time it's going to be, Norman Osborn is Peter's mentor instead of Tony Stark. And it's like, why? But whatever. It's Coleman Domingo. So who gives a shit? Um, so it's just like, why does Spider-Man need a mentor? Why can't he just be Spider-Man? Anyway, I understand. Okay, I understand. All right, y'all need to stop writing Spider-Man 90s Spider-Man's fucking cock at this point. I'm so sick of it. I watched
What?
episodes of that show as
Oh,
a kid, and that show was like I knew as a kid that show was fucking dog shit. Like I don't care what anybody says. Fucking 90s Spider-Man sucked. I don't care what anybody like. It's not even close to X-Men. It's not even close
Well,
to
that's
fucking
fair.
the Iron Man 90s show or even the Fantastic Four 90s show or even Batman and Superman. Not even close. It just people are blinded by nostalgia. There, I fucking said it. Anyway, so your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, guys. It's gonna be coming out on Disney Plus January 29th. Um, okay. I wouldn't say I'm like super stoked for this. Like
You did say that. That's what you
I'm
just
okay. I'm not like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I have to have it
said.
now, kind of thing. But I'm excited. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited for. I like the cell shaded animation. I like that vibe. I don't mind that like Harry Osborn looks androgynous. I know everyone like is losing their collective shit over it because um I don't know, they hate non-binary black people. I don't fucking know. Whatever the fucking, you know, whatever they're crying about this week. But
Yeah.
I mean you're gonna Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn. At least now the stupid dumbass cornrows actually make sense. So like it's fine.
Okay.
Um No, because I don't know if you've seen like Norman Osborn in the comics. For some
I've
reason, they
not,
like
but
drew him
but
with like
Coleman is so sick. I
they
adore
drew him with
him, so that's I'm
cornrows
excited.
in the comics, and it looks like shit. But now it like kind of makes sense. Anyway, but
Okay.
honestly, I watched the trailer. I didn't watch it with sound on because I was in the middle of something, but I saw it and I like the animation. I understand the suit. Like I get it's a proto suit. I just okay, I get what they're doing with the web shooters. I'm still not a huge fan of it, and I hope they address that because it's like a villain can just like take a knife and just like and no
Yeah.
more web shooter. It's like I hope
Yeah.
they address that.
Or he can get
Like
caught on shit, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, I hope they address it because it's such a dumbass thing. But I don't mind the jersey, and I don't mind like we kind of have the goggles, like Tom Holland Spider Man did in the in the live action universe, or it was those weird goggles. Um,
Yeah.
and I like the vibe again. I like nobody is gonna touch the Toby Maguire handmade suit. Nobody. That's gonna be the best handmade suit, like OG, like before he actually learns how to do sewing. Like that's gonna be like him wearing the human spider outfit.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Before
gonna
he
touch
learns
that.
how to do sewing.
Before he learns how to fucking sew properly. But
There
yeah,
you go.
I mean, this show looks good. I don't know if I'm gonna like watch it. I Is it weekly or are they gonna be revealing all the episodes at
I
once?
don't know. Honestly, I probably won't watch it myself. Like, I just when I hear a show's going straight to Disney Plus, I'm like, all right, so it's not going to be great. Like, that's always my feeling when it comes to Disney Plus stuff. Like, they don't typically deliver. So, eh,
I mean,
I'll just wait for the next season of X-Men. Like, that's fine.
I'm relatively excited. I'll give it like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and then if it sucks, I'll
I mean, I
Well,
will
yeah.
say,
If
if you
if
go
you
off
guys
the
like it, then
trailer,
I'll start watching it. So I'll just wait till you guys tell me if it's decent.
like I will say, if you go off the trailer though, this doesn't look like it's part of the MCU anymore. It's
No,
like
I mean,
maybe another
here's the thing.
Yeah.
timeline
Well, and everybody in the chat
because
is saying
Here's
they
the
think
thing,
the
it's
trailer looks like shit.
MCU adjacent. It's still under the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's
Yeah.
still like there it's a what if story. It's what DC would call an Elseworld story.
Well,
So
everyone in the chat is saying the trailer looks like crap, so
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I think it looks fine. Like I'll give it a couple episodes. I still think it looks pretty good, but that's just me. But it's entirely possible. It could suck. Like I'm not like as I said, when it comes to MCU stuff, the only things I'm giving a chance are Spider-Man stuff, Fantastic Four first steps, if I hear the reactions are overwhelmingly positive, and Daredevil Born Again if the reaction is overwhelmingly positive. But outside of that, um,
Chris says you need to watch it with audio so you can get on everybody else's page.
I guess so. Maybe that's the thing, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like it looks good. Like I don't know. Just I think it looks like a decent trailer, and I don't know. I'll give it a watch. It's 27 days from now, so if you're gonna watch it, cool. If you're not, then you know. Well,
Again, I'll
Spectacular
wait till
can't
you
be
guys tell
finished
me
because of
if
rights
it's
issues. Like they
I'll wait
can't
till you
finish
guys tell
that.
me if it's worth a watch and we'll see. But I'm all about the Spider-Verse right now, so I don't care about any other
Oh,
projects. I
that's not
can't wait
coming
to
out for the next 10 years. So like
I know that, but that's all I care about as far as Spider-Man projects at this point. So, what
Spectacular Spider-Man, there's a
whatever.
lot of rights issues and there are lots of licensing issues in regards to that. So I don't think that's even the showrunner confirmed it's like that shit's never coming back. So like, sorry guys, like he do like that. It's that's what it is. But you know, whatever. I think it looks pretty okay. But see, you have this person excited, can't wait. See some positive people. Fuck you guys. Anyway. But speaking of Daredevil Born Again, Charlie Cox
Charlie Cox,
is
he sat
training
in
for
this
season
seat.
2. It's already confirmed season 2 Daredevil Born Again. I mean, it is coming from D-Devil updates on X, so it's most likely bullshit. But, grain of salt, guys, grain of salt.
I'll
Um,
find out. My producer knows him personally, so I'll let y'all know. We will
different.
we
I
will
love it
send a
when they
text
get rid
tomorrow.
of letters for no
they are
reason.
different. It's so great.
Or
Love it.
different, like the week. I wonder if the weekend goes to different. Um, you know, uh,
Probably gets cookies from Crumble.
Crumble. God, don't
Hangs
talk to me
out on
about
Tinder.
Crumble. Don't talk to me, or maybe even on Grinder.
Yeah.
Um, but God, don't talk to me about Crumble. Um, but yeah, as I mentioned, I'll give like a friend of mine who is also a big Daredevil fan. He's a big Charlie Cox fan, big fan of the Netflix
Charlie
show.
Cox is the
He's
best.
he's the
You know
guy.
he roots for Arsenal.
That's I think beyond the Spider-Verse, it's just like they said it's not coming out before 2027. So there's at least the hope that it's going to come out around 2027, 2028. So, you
Yeah,
know,
but he is making appearances as Daredevil and a bunch of other projects anyway, so like it's fine. We're getting
Avengers
plenty of Charlie.
Doomsday. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they're
Yeah, I think Kevin Feige got to him a little late, but
Charlie Cox didn't kill himself. Anyway, um, but my friend who got me into watching Superman and Lois after I was done with Arrowverse, and I ended up loving that. And I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna say this: you're a big Charlie Cox fan, you're a big Netflix Daredevil fan. You got me
Yeah.
to watch Superman and Lois after I gave up on Arrowverse. He's like, okay, and I'm like, you have here the pressure's on you if this show is good and you have to be overwhelmingly positive to get me to watch it. If it's not overwhelmingly positive, I'm not going to watch it. He's like, okay. I'm like, it's on you now, my guy. He's like, okay. So I said to him, if this show is Netflix Daredevil levels of good, I will watch it. If it's
Fair.
not, I'm not watching it. Because
Okay.
I've pretty much from the beginning, I've been like, ever since Disney announced this, even before his god awful cameo in She Hulk, I'm like, Disney's gonna fucking ruin the show, and I'm still on that boat. I think Disney is gonna fucking
Right, I'm
ruin
gonna
the
watch.
show.
What are you talking about, Dan? Of course, I fucking love Daredevil, and I love Charlie Cox. Again, he has been in this room. I am sitting in the same spot that he has sat in himself. I am a Charlie Cox stan until
Even
I
though
die.
you just said
I will
I don't
push
give
hard.
Disney Plus shows a chance, but you
It's
know,
that it's a different story. It's a different story. We have already established this character. We already know the story. Yeah, it could be shit. They could destroy it. It could be nothing close to the caliber of the Netflix show. I don't fucking care. I love Charlie Cox. I love Daredevil. I will continue to support him and all of his endeavors.
yeah,
So,
I'm
Yeah,
if my
and
friend is like overwhelmingly positive, I'll watch it, but I'm not hugely excited for it
what a
because
shocker.
I just can't. I literally just said I'm excited for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but everyone gave me shit because that's the thing that's not
Because you
popular in
didn't
the
listen
league.
with audio.
So
You cannot form an opinion without getting the full picture, John. You just can't. I
I mean,
appreciate you, but
I
you
know it
can't
won't be.
do it.
I know it won't be lighthearted. I know it won't be lighthearted.
I mean, they're
So
saying that it's probably gonna be even bloodier than the Netflix
that's
show.
what
That's
they
what the Watcher said
fucking
too. Yeah.
say because they're just
Let's
trying to get
do it.
Daredevil fans to fucking watch it.
Let's
All right,
do
they're just be
it.
like,
But dude,
"Oh,
did you
but
see the
guys, we
behind the scenes
swear." Even though
photos?
this fucking company is built on kitty shit, they'll be like, "We swear it's gonna be more bloody." Da, da,
Let's
da, da, da.
fucking
It's like
do it,
I'll
bro.
fucking
Let's
believe it when I
fucking
see it.
go.
I'll fucking
Fine
believe it
by
when I see it.
me. Fuck shit up. Fine by me.
So as I said, I it's to my friend at this point because I trusted him with Superman and Lois, and he was right. So I'm like, "Hey, bro, you gotta,
Manos,
I gotta,
John Bernthal's in it. We're getting Punisher in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exciting." And he's gonna be using
Yeah.
super soakers instead of real guns because real guns are bad. So super
This isn't the
soakers,
George Lucas edit. Calm down.
and
No. Stop it.
it's Nerf guns. Those are for the
Ah, see.
especially bad scenes. They're gonna and then like it's gonna be and then instead of Daredevil like hitting people, he's like gonna do like touch football. It's gonna be touch fighting. He's like
You're
once they
so
say,
annoying.
I'm done. I'm done. Oh, I fell down. Like that's what the
You're
that's
so
probably what we're gonna
annoying.
get. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I want to be excited for this, but like Disney has just scorned me way fucking too hard in the past. So I'm like,
No kidding.
I just
Like
can't.
my man, Punisher.
My
The
man.
ride ain't over yet. My man.
Oh, lordy lord.
All right, but moving on to the next thing.
No pleasing
Uh,
grumpy glasses over here.
apparently, as Dan was saying this the other day, Disney officially required Marvel 15 years ago for 4 billion, and now it's worth over 50 billion.
You're
So,
welcome.
good stuff. Great. Not
As they
much to
said
talk
in
about.
Ghostbusters, the franchise rights alone will make us rich beyond our wildest dreams. That's how you
Yeah,
do business, baby.
yeah,
You're
and
welcome.
look at that fucking Look at that fucking smile. Like, haha, I've destroyed every childhood you've ever loved.
Not
Anyway,
mine.
thanks, Mickey.
Not mine,
Ha
baby. Love you.
ha.
Love you. Stan. Stan it all.
Um, but yeah, okay, cool. Great, congrats. Um,
All the
so
merch.
this is the slate for the upcoming,
Boom, baby.
2025. We got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself.
Once you hear the audio.
All right, you know what? Speaking of, I'm gonna go do that right.
So Spider-Man, then we're gonna have Brave New World, which again, the fact that they're throwing out so many trailers like a month before the opening, it's not gonna be great. But Harrison Ford's in it. I'm gonna watch it. I'll let you know. Whatever. Daredevil, we already talked about. Can't freaking wait. Thunderbolts, I don't care what anybody says. I'm pumped about it. I'm excited that Bucky's getting some more screen time. I'm excited we're going to see the Red Guardian some more. I'm excited we're going to get more into Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character. She's kind of becoming like the Amanda Waller of the MCU, which is totally fine by me. Ironheart, I actually, again, you guys, as much as I love Marvel, I'm not a comic book reader, so I still am discovering characters along the way. So Ironheart, I don't know a whole lot about. Excited about that one. Fantastic Four, again, I need to see a trailer before I pass any judgment at all, but we all know it's going to make a shit ton of money. Eyes of Wakanda looks animated. Again, haven't really done any research, haven't seen any trailers. Marvel Zombies, I liked the concept in the first season of What If, but quite frankly, like What Ifs for me are, I can give or take. They're kind of a reach. They're kind of goofy. I don't know that I'm going to give a shit about Marvel Zombies, really. Like that's just, you're combining two things, and I don't care to see either. So that's going to be interesting.
That's like one idea where like it sounded good when like that episode in
Again,
season
the
1 was
episode
a
of What
hit.
If was
But like
interesting,
nobody thought they
but
were gonna
I don't.
actually follow through and make the whole damn show.
I'm saying, like again, the one episode was enough. Really, do we need to continue on with that story? It's a reach. Cash grab. That's what Disney loves. And then Wonder Man, same thing. I really know nothing about Wonder Man, so I'm looking forward to that as well. And then, of course, everybody online will tell me whether or not it's canon, whether or not it sucks, whether everybody shits on Morbius. I didn't necessarily mind it for what they gave us. I do love Jared Leto, even though he's a cult leader. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of these, with the exception
Okay,
of
I just watched the trailer.
Spider-Man.
I'm even more excited for the show. It looks great. Fuck you all. Anyway,
Yay!
moving
He did
on.
his research. Good job.
I watched the trailer. I just didn't watch it with sound. So I watch it with sound now, and it still looks good.
Dude, sound is like
Context is
70% of the
Okay,
story.
we had
important.
like 2
That's all I'm
decades of
saying.
film without sound. Fuck off.
Yeah,
all
but they
right?
made them very differently back then because they didn't have any sound. That's
Well,
why.
and also
Haven't
they
you
made
seen
it
the
specifically
artist?
knowing there wasn't going to be sound. So you can't really use that comparison. But again,
Anyway,
you've got all the
anyway.
context. That's all that matters. That's
And it
all we
looks
were
great.
asking
Like
of
I
you.
still think it looks great. Like, goddamn, guys, y'all need to fucking calm down.
Elite
Anyway,
Easy E, did you see the poster for it? It looks good.
what
He's
poster?
he's
for what?
talking. He's saying keep Leto away from He-Man. But if you saw the poster, it looks interesting. John
Oh, that
felt
was
like
fan
it looked
made.
a little
That
Terminator-y.
was 100% a fan made poster.
Oh, was it? See, you guys, this is why we talk, because I don't know these
No,
things.
it was a
I'm-
fan made. They haven't put out any
Okay.
official stuff for it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, this is why we have these conversations.
See, now you look
y'all,
like an
because
idiot.
I don't know stuff.
No,
And that's fine. I'm allowed to look like an idiot. I own it. I
just
own
kidding.
it, babe.
Guys, we love each
Mistakes
other.
were
Don't
made.
worry.
I-
We
you know,
love and
they
care.
got
We're
me.
like
Listen,
siblings
I'm
now.
40,
It's-
so the internet's gonna get me on a daily basis. You know what I mean? I can't keep
Sure.
up with all y'all. So it
All
is
right.
what it is.
So the only things I'm giving a chance this year are your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, maybe
Thank you,
Daredevil,
Caleb.
and maybe Fantastic Four. I mean, I've pretty much like just ended my relationship with the MCU, so it's
Is
like
Ironheart the gal from Wakanda Forever?
Wakanda Forever. Yeah,
Is
Riri
that what it?
Williams.
Yeah, so I don't really care that much about that. But yeah, Fantastic Four, Eyes of Wakanda, I'm looking forward to. Again, Thunderbolts, really looking forward to. And of course, Daredevil, I stand you, Charlie Cox. I love you. And if we're getting John Bernthal, even better. So
yeah,
I'm good with
Captain
all of it.
America: Brave New World. Like, even if I was still watching Marvel
I'll see it.
movies on the regular, it's just like
Here's
with the amount of reshoots and it's just like it doesn't look like a complete movie to me. You know,
Here's
even
my
with the
prediction
trailers.
with Brave New World. The only exciting part about Brave New World is going to
Giancarlo
be
Esposito?
whatever. No, it's going to be whatever end credit scenes we get. That's going to be the like the movie itself,
but
whatever. But I think the end credit scenes will give us a taste of something else. So that'll be good. I'm excited for that.
I think I'm the only one here who's actually kind of excited about Captain America: Brave New World because they're dealing with two big things that we have been asking for. One, they're dealing with Tiamat, like the huge Eternal in the ocean, and the fact that all of that it got converted into adamantium. So they're introducing adamantium in a big way, and they're finally dealing with the
in the dumbest possible fucking way.
I'm just saying, it is a very for a movie that's meant to be very grounded and dark and more realistic, that spy thriller vibe that the Winter Soldier had. Some of those elements are so comic booky.
Giant robot from Eternals that's in the middle of the ocean. We're finally doing that. All right.
I mean, that part excites me. I like the CGI for Red Hulk. We'll see, but like and I want to see what
So
Anthony
is
Mackie can
that what
do as
Wonder Man
Captain
looks
America.
like, or did
Yeah,
they
I
just
am
grab?
excited for Anthony Mackie to finally get his movie. That's
Okay,
for
is
sure.
that what Wonder Man actually looks like, or did they just grab a random photo of Yahya Abdul-Mateen II? Like, because if that's what he looks like, it looks fucking stupid. But if that's just a random picture of him,
But
it's like
also,
okay,
what time
whatever.
period is it set in? If is it set in, present day? Is it set in the future? Is it
Yeah,
set
it's
it
it's
like
present
that
day.
he looks like a 70s kind of character to me, like, which would also
Um,
be in the
I
name,
think
but
it's present day. Let me look
again,
it
I
up.
don't know fuck all. Like I said, I'll be honest, when I don't know something, I know nothing about
Wonder
Wonder
Man is one
Man.
of those
Never heard of
characters. I think he like started off as a bad guy and then became a good guy, or
him.
some,
Okay.
or like yeah, the character who was initially introduced as a supervillain imbued with ionic energy fought the Avengers, and then he eventually became a superhero. I just know that
Okay.
my buddy, my super nerd friend, absolutely hates Wonder Man. That's all I know about Wonder Man. And
Oh,
he also has like,
he's kind of like a Tony Stark. He inherits a munitions factory after his father dies. So okay.
and he kind of has like Captain Comet slash Superman powers, where it's just a grab bag of everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was that as well. So yeah, so it's going to be a mini series specifically, and Destin Daniel Cretton, apparently the new Marvel Jesus, because he's fucking doing everything now. He's going to be executive producer, and Andrew Guest is going to be the head writer. So I don't get this like fucking need for like Daniel. I mean, I'm sure Shang-Chi was great, but it's like, why are you putting everything on this guy? Like, all right, sure, okay, have fun. But yeah, I think like it's just like Thunderbolts actually looks like it'll probably be a hit.
It's gonna be great.
Um Ironheart, don't care. Fantastic Four, as I said, I'll give it a chance. Eyes of Wakanda, again, they're just trying to build the Black Panther brand without, you know, Chadwick Boseman, which is fair, but it's just like at this point, like I don't get why they didn't just recast him. But anyway, Marvel Zombies, they already fucked up the Marvel Zombies episode with What If,
Yeah.
so I could
Well,
care
and
less.
so there is
Couldn't
sort of
care
a
less.
teaser
So
trailer out for Wonder Man. I just watched it. Ben Kingsley is going to be back in, so we'll see what his connection with all of that is. They don't really give us a whole lot of
based.
information in the teaser trailer, but we'll see
Thanks,
what happens.
Marcana.
Yeah.
Vindication. Anyway. But yeah, that's the slate, and I will say there's 3 projects this year I'm actually like watching, maybe watch. So that's more than like the last like 3 years of Marvel at the MCU. So
Hey,
that's
we're happy to
something, I
have you.
guess.
Welcome. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
So yeah, we got the new Brave New World just aired during the playoffs. Cool, great. Way to go. Thanks, Anthony Mackie. We appreciate you. You know, uh as I mentioned, like I don't know, it's just like it's still like stuck in my head with like the amount of, insane like reshoots and stuff like that. Like the
Yeah.
Giancarlo thing is like, I didn't meet my co-stars until Comic-Con. It's like, ooh, geez,
Yeah.
that's rough. That's
Only like
rough,
voice
buddy.
actors say that shit. Like that's pretty yeah.
Um in the words of Zuko, that's rough, buddy. Anyway. Um Again, I'm never gonna watch. I was never gonna watch it, so no offense. And it's a shame because I like the
I'll be seeing it.
cast.
I'll be
I
seeing it.
I like the cast. I like I Anthony Mackie is great. It's just like I wish we got actually more of him before they essentially dived into this entire thing. I wish we got more of him as Falcon, so like when he became Captain America, it was more meaningful, like it was in the comics. Like we had him for like decades before he eventually got his role as Captain America. That's why it worked so well.
Yeah, but you know how they have to keep
But
it moving. Their
as
actors
I
are
said,
only
it's
getting older.
movies.
Yeah, it's
You
what
can
they
only
gotta
do
do.
so much. I understand
Yeah.
it. It's just like still, I wanted to, but maybe that's just me also being an Anthony Mackie fan. So
Yeah.
you know, it's a man can dream. All right.
I mean, I want to see
But
this movie. I want to see like how he
I'll be
does.
seeing it. Yeah.
There's, I mean, it's freaking Harrison Ford. Come on now, like
Harrison Ford
it's a
only
big
coming in
movie.
because William Hurt died. That's literally the only reason. Oof. But yeah. Um. But yeah, what's the next thing? What are we talking about now? Still talking about Brave New World. Um, you know, as both Liz and I were talking about this like a couple weeks ago. Um, thanks, Caleb. But we both appreciate that they're actually doing like real life prosthetics for Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
And it looks like relatively accurate. Like it
And he
looks,
said that's what he wanted too.
yeah, because he's like, I don't want to be in a mocap suit, which is like good for you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I respect that. I mean, Tim Blake Nelson has always been one of those actors where he's like kind of like Willem Dafoe, where he's like he doesn't get like the big thing to really shine, and he never really gets like something like an Oscar nomination or anything like that. But he always understands the assignment and always brings his A game, no matter what movie he's in, no matter what show he's
Right.
in. So mad respect for Tim Blake Nelson being awesome. Um, but I understand that, but it's just like the way Kevin Feige talked about it. It was like, oh, there's only ever gonna be one T'Challa, and that's Chadwick Boseman. That's
Yeah.
such fucking bullshit
No.
because Chadwick Boseman has not been the only. There's literally been hundreds of voice actors that have played Black Panther. It's just like when you play a character, a successful IP character, you're essentially a part of history, and that's all it's ever going to be. You're never going to be the be all and end all. You're going to be part of that history. That it's going to be a character that has existed before you and will exist after you. That's what it's going to be. And the fact that they're so gung ho on like, oh, this one guy is going to be the be all and end all. It's just, I feel like that's a very dumb argument to me.
I mean,
So
look, I thought that they should have
I think it was just
recast the
too soon.
role, but continue the
all.
character. Either that, or they just said like Liz, like they should have just not made the sequel until a bit later.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fair, but it is canon. Shuri does take on the Black Panther role at some point in the comics, so they weren't completely off kilter. I think it was a little too soon. Personally, I would have liked to see a storyline where like M'Baku kind of takes on the leadership role, not necessarily becoming Black Panther, and then for the third one have Shuri take over. But I agree that recasting anytime in the near future is just a slap in the face to everybody that cared about Chadwick and all the hard work that he did. So I don't have a problem with it at all. I think it's way too soon still at this point. So it is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. That's my argument. Chadwick wouldn't have wanted the T'Challa
No,
Black Panther to
that's
die
fair.
with him,
But
essentially.
again, it's just for the fans. It's a little. I mean, like quite frankly, I was leaving the theater when I got the news that he passed, and I sat in my car for an hour and cried. So it's just for us as fans, it would be way too soon to touch that just now. That's all I'm saying. So I understand it, and I completely agree that Chadwick would feel that way, but we're not ready for that.
Yeah.
We're not.
But let's talk about less sad things. Sorry if I brought the room down, guys. That's I mean that's what I do. But the next, but yeah, Tim Blake Nelson looks great as the leader. Even despite, yeah, thanks, Dan. Anyway, but next thing,
Moving along.
this thing which made me want to, take a
Yeah.
pistol to my head.
I mean,
it's like,
well, it's not like Harrison Ford's gonna do his own stunts, so
well, yeah, we know that. I mean, yeah, no, he's actually gonna paint himself red and come out on stage and be like,
he had the
"Rah!"
dots all over him. He's not doing any of this active shit. So it's
Bro
whatever.
broke his ankle walking out of a fucking
The
ship.
man's in his
like,
70s for Christ's sake. Like, what do you expect? So
it's just
whatever.
like Lou Ferrigno didn't deal with this shit. Like he just painted himself
Well,
green and there
Lou
we go.
Ferrigno is also a dick, so we can't really
Wait,
go.
but
Alright,
is
goddamn.
is Anthony Mackie wearing a mask there? That's
Yeah, it's like kind of like
his
a
helmet.
fly,
Yeah,
like a
his
fly
thing-
mask, so he
Yeah.
doesn't get bugs in his face,
Oh.
Yeah.
and also wind resistance and like cold and like temperature and all that shit. Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, but if there's over 300 VFX shots in just this fight, I mean, how long does this fight go on for?
Apparently, like a
It's
Dragon
probably
Ball
half the
Z
movie. Honestly,
fight
it's
scene where it's
probably gonna
10
be
episodes.
It's probably gonna be too fucking long, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be them like, look at how many things we can blow up. Like,
Yeah, they're gonna start skating
Look at how
across
many
the
effects we can
oil
needlessly
slicked
insert into
floor
this
for the next
movie.
15 minutes.
yeah.
They're just gonna have a dance where they're gonna like do the tango, and there's gonna be oil on the floor. They're gonna beat up bad guys for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
this is
pretty
gonna
much.
be the part in the film on Run P app where they say, "All right, here's the time to go refill your popcorn, take a piss, wash your hands, come back." Like
The Run P. Oh, that's like isn't where the yeah, isn't it like what
where
is it
they tell
called
you what
again?
points in the film you can get up and use the restroom if you need to.
Yeah,
Like you're
what's the
not
name of it
missing
again?
anything. I think
What's
it's
the
called
name?
Run P.
Run P. Okay,
Yeah, something like that.
I gotta figure that
That's
out.
an old reference. That's been years since anybody's referenced that app. But anyway. Like
Yeah,
I said, I'll
it
see it.
about
I'll
to
let y'all
be.
know
It
how it is.
is. It
Yeah.
already is a dumpster fire. It's gonna make it just depends. Is it a dumpster fire that's gonna make money, or is it a dumpster fire that's gonna remain a dumpster fire? That's what we gotta gauge here, and you know.
Well, switching focus
And I will
to.
say, I want one more thing before we move on. VFX shots don't exactly mean it's going to be bad. It's just like it's a little concerning. That's all. Like having that many VFX shots in a single fight
Right.
scene, it's just like a lot. So
Yeah.
I because I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, CGI. It's there's a lot of great things you could do with CGI. CGI is great. I mean, as long as you give it time, give it a budget, make your VFX artists actually go to the bathroom when they work like a fucking 20-hour shift. Like, yeah, exactly. Test screenings don't mean anything. Well, it's not test screenings, it's the fact that they've admitted that they've reshot the film like at least 3 or 4 times at this point. More often than
Yeah.
not, that results in a very messy movie that doesn't make
Right.
sense.
But also, why are you telling people that? Like, that's just a dumb,
I
like,
think it's one of those things now. Studio marketing, they're like they just throw out numbers because here's the thing. A lot of movies, like I bet you a movie that you have no idea had 300 VFX shot in a scene has 300 VFX shots. It's
Yeah,
just you don't
exactly.
notice it because there aren't like entire CGI characters running around fighting each other. It's just more noticeable with
I'm
like the
sure
subject matter
the
of the MCU
Batman had
mostly.
300 VFX
Oh,
shots.
no, more than that. And across the whole movie, you will have like over
Tons.
1,500. I just remember when Zack Snyder did the Snyder Cut, he was like, they made like over 1,200 brand new VFX shots for that version
Yeah.
of the film, which is where a lot of the $70 million
We saw
went.
the nightmare
It's
scene.
very
That
common.
looked like shit.
Well, I think visually, like from a execution standpoint, all the VFX in the Snyder Cut were way better than anything we got in this 2017 version.
Did you see
The
the
subject
nightmare
matter of
scene
it
with
is.
like blank face Flash?
Oh, that stuff at the end? Yeah,
Oh.
because they were repurposing footage. That's different because that wasn't,
Okay,
they
that's
didn't.
different.
Different. Like that's the gym I go to.
Different.
Anyway.
Cool. Not gonna watch
Different.
it. Great.
We're
Liz, this is all you.
different. Come join us. And okay, whatever.
Liz, this is all you because I give 0 fucks.
Again, as of right now, I give 0 fucks as well. I need to see a trailer. I need to have more understanding of how much of our DJ we're going to see, how much of Chris Evans. I mean, listen, there's never enough Chris Evans in my opinion, but how much
And we're
Chris
gonna
Evans
get
we're
to
going to
that
see.
soon.
My point is, I can't get excited for something I know absolutely nothing about. And again, it's really bothering me that they're putting all of their eggs in RDJ's basket when there's 4 fucking actors playing the Fantastic Four gang, and we're not giving them any recognition. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about their characters. We're not talking about what they're going to be doing in this film. I'm not happy with the marketing thus far, because they're putting it all on RDJ, and I don't think that's right. But again, until I see a trailer, I've got nothing to say other than that. It's where's my man Pedro? I would rather see actual Fantastic Four
okay.
characters
Here's the thing.
than
No. Bring that fucking comment back up. We're addressing this. Hang on. There's a difference between Aquaman coming back, where the last thing we saw of him was like Jason Momoa's dumbass redneck yell of like, "I'm Aquaman!" Wow!
Yeah.
Like that shit. And we're like, okay,
Right.
we're getting something else with a different character. There's
Right.
a difference between that and this extremely well-crafted, built-up scene of a man who was willing to not sacrifice himself, finally sacrifice himself
Yes.
for the greater good to
Yeah.
save the universe and kill
Yes.
Thanos, and yet you're
Right.
bringing back that fucking actor anyway.
Well, and
Sorry,
again,
I don't
we've
care what
right.
you
But
say.
and again,
It's still bullshit.
we've had Momoa as Aquaman for 5 minutes. We had RDJ as Iron Man for 10
He
fucking years. Like there
started the
is a
universe too.
significant difference. There's a significant difference. And again, like yes, okay, use him for the marketing for Doomsday, fine. But again, the fact that they're using him for all the Fantastic Four shit as well is what's driving me crazy. Like talk about Doomsday when we get to the end of
Well,
2025.
we're gonna get to that in a
Like,
second, but
no,
before
I
we
know
get to
that, but
that,
I'm
yeah.
just saying the way that the direction they're heading with the marketing so far has not made me happy.
We're gonna be talking
I'll
about that
see
later,
it.
Watcher.
I'm interested in it, but that this is all they want to show us right now, and I think it's bullshit personally.
Yeah,
It's
so
annoying. It's
but
annoying.
now we have a rumor mill that evil
Thank you.
variants
Exactly,
like
Manos.
Captain Hydra and Maestro Hulk are going to be appearing in exactly. Yep.
But that pisses me off too because everybody's been speculating on how Chris Evans was going to show up in Fantastic Four. So now they're telling us, oh, well, he's going to be Captain Hydra in Avengers Doomsday. So obviously he's going to be Captain Hydra in Fantastic Four. Well, thanks for spoiling that shit. Like, what are
Well,
we
why would Chris
doing
Evans
here?
show up in Fantastic Four?
What? They said he was going to be.
Chris
No,
Evans is going to
no,
be in
it's
Fantastic Four?
no, that's
Yeah.
not. No, I
Didn't they
don't
say
think
that?
so.
Because Anthony Mackie was going to be in it as well.
I
Is
haven't.
everybody
No, no,
talking
no.
about Doomsday?
We're
See, this
talking
is the
about
problem.
Doomsday.
I'm getting all confused now.
We're talking about
Yeah, we're
Doomsday.
talking about
Apparently,
No,
Fantastic
I know we're
Four.
talking about
We
Doomsday
were
right
talking about
now, but
Fantastic Four, but
I'm
now
saying
it's just Doomsday.
previously,
Avengers Doomsday.
I
no,
know.
it's
I
that's not
understand.
even that's not been a rumor, Liz. It's I
Okay.
think the idea that right now this Marvel leaks rumor, which take it with a big grain of salt, is that there
Yeah.
are the characters that are returning, of course, including Chris Evans, RDJ, and potentially even who plays Agent
Mark
Carter.
Ruffalo.
No, Agent
Oh,
Carter.
you're
Haley
talking about
Atwell.
Haley Atwell. Okay.
Haley Atwell. I
Yeah.
think they all might be playing like evil variations or variants of
Yeah.
their, characters. I think
Yeah.
that's the rumor. Like it's not just gonna be RDJ being a bad guy. It's like all these other people being.
I mean, that's fine. That's very, Star Trek did that shit. That I don't have a problem with. But again,
Yeah.
my angle is more talk about Avengers Doomsday after Fantastic Four has been and gone. Like they're focusing on the wrong things because it's RDJ and Chris Evans.
But
So
it's
that's
still
what's
too
making
early
me mad.
too, no? Like it's early,
Yeah.
too early for them to get into the story elements of it. So right now the most marketable thing about the movie is RDJ. So like that's what they're marketing.
Yeah, that's the only thing they have. So it's like, okay,
But again,
RDJ, RDJ.
it's too early too. Like we just got into the new year, and you're talking about you're already hyping up something from 2026. Like fucking pump the brakes. You have so many other projects. Like that's what's making me mad.
We have a lot of other projects. We have
That's
too
what I'm
many
saying.
projects. Go back to the
So
slate where we have 9 Marvel
that's what I'm
projects coming
saying.
out
So why are we doing this? And again,
that
they're
we
revealing too much. Like I'd rather be surprised, but here we
because
are.
I think
So
I have a
whatever.
reason for this is because it's just goes to show that Marvel has no faith in any of these projects at this point
That's
because
how
they
well
don't
that
care
is.
about this shit anymore.
That's the
They just care
optics,
about
right?
money
Yeah.
because they
That's
know
the
that
optics.
Avengers with Chris Evans and RDJ coming back with the Russos directing again, they're like, oh, this is going to make us $2 billion again. They couldn't give a less
I
of
mean,
a
I'll see
flying
it.
fuck about Ironheart, the Disney Plus series, because it's like
Yeah,
whatever. They're just
right.
fucking throwing away money at this point because like, well, we're gonna get our $2 billion fucking Doomsday Avengers
Right.
movie and then our $3 billion
I will
fucking
say
Avengers Secret Wars movie.
a
So they
lot of
couldn't give
the
less of a fuck. So they gotta hype this
yeah.
shit up.
But a lot of the
Yeah.
projects for this year are either delayed from last year because of the strikes, and then some of them, I mean, most of them actually were greenlit before Bob Iger came back. So it feels like Marvel is kind of like, okay, we worked on them, we're gonna get them out there in the world. But I think in the next few years, as we get past the Avengers movies, we're gonna start to see what the strategy has been since Kevin Feige got more control back over what projects they were working on, how many they're working on a year, and how quickly they're gonna release them. So I mean, I feel like we're still, getting rid of some of that stuff that was, made and greenlit before when, Bob Chapek was still around, and the quantity over quality mandate at the time. So I will say that I mean, you may still get a few gems out of it. I mean, like you said, the Spider-Man show, Wonder Man, they could all be good potentially. Like it's possible. So,
Yeah.
um, I mean, do you guys believe this rumor though?
It
I do.
wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't
Right.
shock me because I remember Liz was talking about this a couple months back where it's like actors love playing bad guys because it's different, especially with Chris Evans who's played like good guys for so long. It's like, oh, I think he would be really open to
Well,
playing a
it's fun
bad
because
guy.
you can just go. You can just be
Yeah.
unhinged. Like you don't have to have there's certainly not a moral compass that's going to guide any of your decision making when you're a bad guy. So you can just have fun with it, you
Hmm.
know. I have notoriously said that Jason Momoa's best role is in Fast 10 where he's the bad guy. So that's when you can just play and just leave it all on the table, and it's awesome. But yeah, I believe this rumor absolutely. But I guess we'll see.
Well, what
Yeah.
about this one?
Now we're going back to
This is what
Fantastic
I'm
Four
saying.
Christmas.
This is what I'm saying. This makes me mad. We should be talking about Pedro. We should be talking about any of the other actors.
I don't believe it. This is a
I don't
really
believe
big
this at
grain of
all.
salt. The idea that Doctor Doom would get
I mean,
20
listen,
minutes of screen time in
Michael Keaton
Fantastic
is in
Four.
both Beetlejuice movies for all of 15 minutes. So like that makes sense to me. But again, why the fuck do we care then if he's only in it for 15 minutes? Talk about the people that are going to be there for the other 2 hours. I'm just I'm getting heated here, guys. It makes me so mad.
I mean, look, I
We're
hope that
focusing
if
on the
he
wrong things. That's what I'm saying.
it makes sense if he's in there, because if he is in because we don't know yet if RDJ's Doom is in the same world as the Fantastic Four, which is not the mainline timeline of the
Right.
MCU. It's not
Right.
the 616 version or whatever, I forget which version is the main the
Earth
sacred time.
1999999. That's it.
Yeah. But it seems it would imply then that Doom is in the same universe as the Fantastic Four we're gonna get. In which case it would make sense. Otherwise, bring him in only to kind of connect the dots between Fantastic Four and the Avengers movies. There's no reason to have them be like if why else would Doctor Doom show up to that version of the Fantastic Four's universe, you know?
Yeah.
And even then it should be a cameo background character, because we were already getting Galactus and all, Silver Surfer. There's a
Right.
lot going on in that movie already. So
Yeah. It's like, guys, you should have just done Mole Man. Like, why can't we just have Mole Man? That's just start it small. Give us because I know Paul Walter Hauser is going to be in it, and he would have been great as Mole Man. I think he's Herbie though, but he would have been awesome as Mole Man. And they should have just done like it, but no, they're bringing in fucking Galactus and Silver. It's just like it's way
Yeah.
too much for the. It's like at least like with the Fantastic Four Tim Story movies, at least they had the gall to not do Galactus fucking first. I mean, their Galactus still sucked because it was just a cloud, but
I
yeah,
will
that's
see
what it.
this. I will say this is a good
Yeah,
point from
it's
Hosea though. That the idea of like if you get Tony Stark's daughter and then Doom comes up and she's like, "Daddy," and he completely just does not respond. It's those
I think
moments. Can you imagine if Tom Holland's Spider-Man actually dies at the hand of Doctor Doom? And then maybe we aren't getting more than, I mean, that's not gonna happen. But can you imagine though? Like,
that would actually be ballsy, so that's definitely
yeah.
not going to happen. And the thing is, honestly, I know they're gonna do it. It would be so much better if they don't address the fact he looks like Tony Stark. It just so happened it's a multiverse thing. So just all right, yeah, you heard from a guy who said, "Trust me, bro." Like I'm not believing anything in regards to anything. So, um, I don't know. Whatever it's gonna be, it's just like they're doing too much, revealing too much.
Right.
Um, and it's just like ridiculous at this point. It's just like I love how although I just noticed that the title of it is The Fantastic colon
For
or First Steps.
yeah. Hmm.
They done goofed.
They
Somebody
done
needs to
goofed
know. Um,
No, I actually think that is what it is. I have heard it referenced like that for first steps.
for first.
I'm not kidding. But
yeah.
again, we're not talking about that because all we can fucking talk about is RDJ. So whatever.
Well, that's what they want people to talk about because you're bringing
He's
back
becoming
fucking
the Nicole
Iron Man
Kidman
as a
of
different
fucking
character. It's like,
Marvel.
of
Like
course, people are going to talk about it.
so annoying.
All right, whatever. Cornrows, waves, whatever. The brunt of the end of the argument is that Norman Osborn looked like an idiot in the comics, no matter what fucking haircut he had. Because Brainiac isn't fucking Doctor Doom multiversal levels of shit. It's a big thing, but it's like it's not even close to being those too big of characters.
Yeah.
I mean, Underminer is essentially Mole Man, just the copyright-free version. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, well, there you go. I think that was all we had for MCU Weekly.
Yeah,
it would be interesting to see if there was more of RDJ than just like a quick cameo in Fantastic Four, because it would kind of give us a hint as to what the story for Doomsday actually is.
Congratulations, Figure Drawing. I'm glad your comic friends are happy. Because it's like and the reason for that is because they care about the comic part. They don't give a flying fuck about the movie part. The people who care about the movie part are the people that have watched the movies for the past 20 years. So like like 15 years.
15
so it's
years,
like
yeah.
Actually more than that, because they were doing that a few years before Disney bought Marvel. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's,
like 16
Marvel
years.
is bringing back the older actors. What's the point? Exactly. You're not, and I mean, I've agreed with that. It's like you're bringing in so many of these other characters that should have honestly been introduced way earlier, but now it's
and again, I wouldn't care about RDJ, but he's taking away, and they're purposely doing it. He's taking away from the other actors, the other characters. If like at the very least, give them equal time and equal attention. But this and again, we're talking about a project that he's a part of almost 2 full years from now. What are we doing? We have other things to be talking about. We have other things to be hyping up.
We have another we just talked about all the Star Wars projects that are not gonna happen
just once a year
and that are never gonna happen, and then that's it.
There
that's
is a new one coming out.
Year.
They're gonna be filming this year, a new Star Wars.
Yeah, the Mandalorian and Grogu. That's all we're gonna fucking get in terms
well, Daisy Ridley was saying this in 2024 that they were gonna start filming we're getting something new this year.
Yeah, so but that then got pulled off the schedule. Like that was on the release schedule, but now that movie is not on the release schedule either. So I don't know. Maybe they shut it down.
What I know.
I fully agree. That's why I have stopped watching the movies. I'll give Spider-Man a chance. I'll maybe give like Daredevil and Fantastic Four a chance if they're good. But if they're not, I'm not watching it. So yeah, why are we still talking about Brainiac? Okay, I get it. I'm an idiot. Whatever, move on. But yeah, I just think that's what people claim a lot of things, but the most they will always speak is with their wallets. Like they can constantly talk about how we hate this direction, we hate these movies. Well, clearly not, because they're fucking making money. So it's like you can bitch, rant, and scream all you want, but they're making money. So what's the thing, guys? What are you gonna say? Is it, we're sick of this shit, but you still go fucking pay $20 to go see a fucking movie?
Well, I think it's still the curiosity factor. Like even if they don't want it, they still want to know what they're gonna do with it. So I get it till
streaming. Or watch
well,
it
again,
on
I've talked about this. I don't watch movies at home. So for me, I'll be in the theater, I'll be checking it out, but that's just my personal preference. I don't care to watch movies at home. So that's the difference. Even if I was a millionaire and I had my own, movie theater, I'm not watching movies at home. So
yeah,
which would be also great. I'd like to just try being a millionaire.
I will say it's very hard for me to watch movies on my laptop. I will give it that. I have to probably watch it on my TV. But the difference is I don't think my HDMI cord works anymore. So I don't know how I'm gonna. And then when I tried to mirror it from my laptop to the TV, it didn't work. So I'm like, all right, well, oh well. But that's it, guys. We're done. We're done. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm tired.
Oh, and they will, Ron. They will. And this is my favorite thing about people that hate watch, because like y'all are still spending your hard-earned dollars to just be a shitty person. Like great. Like,
Yeah.
it's so,
Now
I
we're
love
going
it.
back to DC.
I
There it is.
fucking love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
So they're gonna hate watch it. They're gonna be like, "This is the worst thing ever." Like you paid fucking money to see it.
Yeah, sure
Um.
did.
So, but that's it. We tried MCU Weekly, guys. Do you like it? Do you not? Well, please let us know in the comments below. Um, you know, do you want to see more angry Liz at Marvel? Because it's very. I mean, I get
I'm
angry
gonna
enough.
be
But,
honest, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm always gonna keep it real, I'll love
um,
them until the day I die, but shit, they don't always
I
make
will
the
still call
smartest
them out
moves.
on
So
bullshit.
it is what it is, man.
But yes, I. Okay, damn. Salt in the wound, I guess. Anyway, but thanks for watching. Please like. I mean, fucking 29 of you are watching, and there's only, although somebody just liked, so 18 likes now. So guys, pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. Um, yes, we already talked about that, Watcher. That was before you came in. Sorry. But we're keeping it real. We're keeping it
Be
to the
kind and
realest of the
rewind.
reels. But please like, please comment. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and click the notification bell, since we're terrible about timing.
Yeah.
And Harvey Dent is a dick. Not Two-Face. Two-Face is totally fine. We love
Yeah,
like he's
love
killed multiple people, but like
He's
he's
alright.
totally better than random
They had
lawyer
it
type.
coming. That's fine. Totally fine. Totally fine.
John's not even gonna address it.
Please not Star Wars, please. I'll just
He just literally almost hurled on the camera.
I'll start upchucking if we start talking
Oh.
about anyway. So we've gotten Batman and Creature Commandos, season finale next week. What else? James Gunn talking too much.
Too much still.
Are we ready for a Batman Beyond movie? Please let us know in the comments
Trunks.
below. Trunks, no Trunks, all the things.
Hashtag Trunks.
There he is. Alan Ritchson is Batman. There you go.
Oh my God, I
Confirmed. No, I'm
wish.
just kidding.
Please,
He's yelling it
good
from the
Lord.
rooftops. He did say he's gonna yell it from the
Please.
rooftops, and there's
Yeah, you gotta
Batman on
get
the
that- you gotta
rooftop.
get that,
Please, that's
you gotta
all
get
I
those-
want in life right now. Please.
No, I
I'll let
can't.
Channing Tatum be Gambit if I could have Alan Richardson be fucking Batman.
And
Oh my Christ.
ironically, much like your thoughts on Channing Tatum's Gambit, Alan Richardson wouldn't work for Batman.
Not a strong.
I prefer someone. I prefer, when it comes to Batman, I prefer someone who can, actually act. And Alan Richardson isn't
Sir,
that guy.
don't go there with me,
So-
sir. Absolutely not.
Anyway,
Clearly, you didn't see Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare.
I
so-
did see that, and he
Well,
was.
His
then
accent
you're on
evolves with the movie. It's so crazy.
Y'all need to
Anyways,
get out of here. Y'all need to stop.
anyway, but anyway, thanks for joining us on DCU Daily X MCU Weekly, as Dan likes to say. He likes to do the X thing.
Yeah,
But
He sure
like,
does.
The ride's not over yet, my man.
we're going way too far. Anyway, night, guys. Love
We'll
you.
be back tomorrow because the
See you
ride's not
tomorrow.
over yet.
Random bullshit. See you next week. We love you.
My man.
Bye. Back to